Assalamu alaikum. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. This is virtual class of Pakistan International School, Taif. This class is for the students of grade 10. This is our 10th video in this class, and we are going to do chapter 6 today. After today's lesson, we shall be able to understand the passage given in this chapter. We shall be able to understand the meaning and correct pronunciation of new words. We shall do exercises given in this chapter. These are new words. Some of you may not be familiar with some of these words. That is why they are written here. Broadcast. Broadcast means a television or radio program. Here the broadcast is used as a noun. Broadcast is used as a noun. When it is used as a noun, it means when it is used as a noun, it means a television or radio program. This is coverage. Coverage means the reporting of a particular important event. Distinct means clearly noticeable. Leisure is the time when you are not working or doing other duties. You are free. Omit. Omit means to fail to include or do something. She was omitted from the list. Omit means delete also. Take out. Proficient means skilled and experienced. This is our unit 6. The title of the lesson is Television versus Newspaper. Television versus newspaper. We shall compare both in this lesson. Let us start the lesson. This is the passage, the text given in this lesson. I shall read main points for you to get some understanding of the text. Let us start. News coverage over television is different from reading newspapers. Yes, we know. Newspapers were primarily established to cover the news, and later on they added entertainment. Entertainment became the part of newspapers later, but their first purpose was to collect the news. On the other side, television was mainly invented for entertainment, and then it became an effective news medium. Now television news has become a powerful rival to newspapers. Though both of these mediums cover the news effectively, they are different. They are different from each other. Here is question also. While reading the text, try to find out the answer of this question also. What is one good thing about newspaper? Newspaper do not require us to sit at a place and read the news. This is the good thing, that to read a newspaper we don't have to sit on a specific place. We can take the newspaper and go anywhere, wherever we want. Busy people may read the papers any time of the day. They may read the news that is important to them early in the morning and carry the paper with them to read in the bus or a van. Television, on the other hand, requires its viewers to be at a certain place at a certain time in order to watch and listen to the news. Yes, boys, this is the main difference. To watch the television, you have to sit at a specific place. Let us go forward. Here is another question also. How does television make us lazy? Television brings laziness in us. We can view the news with little or no effort since it is practically a form of entertainment. Yes, students, this is the way it makes us lazy. The day and night. It broadcasts the news as it is happening. Much mastery of language is not necessary for the person who prefers to view the news on television because everything is visual and auditory. You can hear, you can watch, you can see, understand very well. Okay, although television can give us the most updated news and visuals, newspapers can give us more in-depth coverage. When we read a newspaper, we get more depth, more detail. Editorials and column writers can give us their expert views and analysis that we can digest slowly as we read them. Many people also opt to read more than one newspaper a day so as to get different viewpoints of the story and to check for its validity. Okay, this is paragraph number 6. The question is, which simile has the author used and why? Each medium has strengths that the other does not. Each makes use of strong points that the other lacks. Television news is like having a fast food. This is the simile. Television is compared with the fast food, whereas reading newspaper is like having a 10-course meal. Dinner. 10-course dinner is the big one, including all dishes, several dishes, many dishes. The ideal seems to be if one has the time to both read the news and watch it on television. Yes, students, the lesson is over. This is the theme. Role of print and electronic media is our life. In our life is very significant. We know the national and international news because of media. Electronic media brings awareness. Print media also plays a vital role in this respect. This is the main theme of this lesson. Let us move forward. Dear students, this is the glossary. We have discussed most of the words of this glossary. Broadcast, you know, coverage, distinct, entertainment, like luxury, omit, proficient, skip. You can read it. It is important to memorize it. It will help you in your lesson. Dear students, these are the questions which you saw in your lesson. I have written their answers here also. While reading, we discussed also, but here they are written again. What is good thing about newspaper? You know very well. One good thing about newspaper is that it is convenient. You can read any part of the newspaper anywhere, wherever you want. Next question is, how does television make us lazy? It makes us lazy because we can view the news with a little or no effort. Secondly, as television is practically a form of entertainment, just after the news entertaining programs start and it becomes difficult for someone to leave it and go to do something else even if it is important. Yes, boys. Have you noted when we are watching television, watching news, just after the news entertaining program will start and then we will start watching that program. That is why it is said television makes us lazy. Next question is, have you ever given your views on any article? You can say yes, you can say no. If you say no, your answer will be no, I have never given my views on any article. If you want to say yes, then you have to tell something what you said. For example, you can say yes. I'm sorry. You can say yes, once I gave my views on an article because I was not satisfied with the detail given in the article. The editor responded to me and sent me a satisfactory detail. You can write something like this. Not necessary it is to write the same what I have written for you. This is just for an example. You can write whatever you like. Okay, next question is, which simile has the author used and why? The author used the simile, television news is like having a fast food meal, whereas reading newspaper is like having a 10-course dinner. Yes, students, this was question number 4. These 4 questions were given in your lesson. Let us start the exercise. First exercise is vocabulary. In this exercise, we are set to give the meaning of each word as used in the lesson. Let us write the meaning. Words are primarily. Primarily means originally, at first. Distinct means different, specific, special, extraordinary. Aspect means viewpoint. Layer means free time, enjoying time. Auditory means related to hearing. Coverage is reporting, and luxury means comfort or comfortable. This is exercise B. In this exercise, we are set to form a noun with each of the following words and use the nouns in sentences. Dear students, first of all, we shall change the word into a noun. Then we shall use the noun in our own sentence. Okay, the first one is relevant. Relevant, noun will be relevance. The argument has no relevance to the issue. Dear students, I have used my sentences here. You can use your own as you like, no problem. Interested is, noun will be interest. Sarah has no interest in studies. Require, requirement. There is a long list of requirements for new admission. Convenient, convenience. This company does not provide convenience to work at home. Affective, noun will be affect. Father's advice had no effect on him. Yes, students. This is the next section of the exercise. In this section, the name of the section is reading comprehension. It is related to reading and comprehension. We are set to analyze patterns of text organization. To do this exercise, first of all, we should know what is a topic sentence. I have defined it here. A topic sentence is a sentence sometimes at the beginning of a paragraph that states or suggests the main idea of a paragraph. Topic sentence is a sentence that gives the main idea of the paragraph. Sometimes it comes in the beginning, sometimes in the middle of the sentence. Not all paragraphs begin with the topic sentence. In some, the topic sentence appears in the middle or at the end. In others, the topic sentence is implied or absent altogether. Yes, students, you know very well now what is a subtopic sentence. Topic sentence is which gives the main idea of the paragraph. This sentence can be in the beginning of the paragraph, in the middle, or at the end. That is okay. Let us move forward. Choose the correct option. In paragraph 1, you can read here first paragraph once again. The topic sentence is supported through. Topic sentence is the first sentence, usually, as we have discussed before, and all other sentences of that paragraph will support the main idea, will support the topic sentence. When we read first paragraph, we come to know that the topic sentence is supported through what will be the correct option? Facts, examples, definitions. Not examples or definitions. It is supported by facts. Paragraph 2 shows that watching news on television is not as convenience. Yes, students. Watching television is not as convenient. Why it is not as convenient? Because to watch the television we have to sit in front of the television. It is not like newspaper that we can take anywhere where we want. The key idea of paragraph 4 is, what is the key idea of paragraph 4? You should read paragraph 4 once again. You will come to know the key idea is that television viewing is more convenient than reading newspaper. Paragraph 5 gives what? Read paragraph 5 and then compare the options given here. You will come to know paragraph 5 gives arguments in favor of newspaper. Let us move to part number 5. Television news is like having a fast food meal, whereas reading newspaper is like having a 10-course dinner. This sentence is an example of a simile. We have discussed it before also. Simile. Be careful. Don't read it. Don't pronounce it like smile, smile. No. All are wrong. The correct pronunciation is simile. You should know also what is a simile. Here I can see 3 words given. Here is given metaphor, here is simile, here is personification. You should know simile is when we compare two things. You can see here in the example, television is compared with fast food. That is why we say this example is simile. But sometimes when we declare one thing as the other, for example, Ali is a lion. If we say Ali is like a lion, it will be simile. If we say Ali is a lion, that will be metaphor. Try to understand the difference between simile and metaphor. I shall repeat the example once again. Ali is like a lion. That is simile. Ali is a lion. That is metaphor. What is the difference? In first example, we compared Ali with lion. That is simile. But in our second example, we declared Ali a lion. That is metaphor. Then what is personification? Personification is, you know very well, human beings have different qualities which other living beings and non-living things don't have. For example, human beings can talk, can laugh, can dance, can sing. But other living beings and non-living things don't have these qualities. If we refer one quality of human being to a non-living thing, then that is called personification. For example, if I say the wind is whispering, wind is whispering. When wind blows, it creates noise, it creates sounds, and the writers sometimes call it whispering. When we say flowers are dancing, daffodils are dancing, wind is whispering, all these are examples of personification because we are referring human qualities to the non-living things. I think it is very clear what is metaphor, simile and personification. Let us move forward. Paragraph 6 conclude that we should use both mediums of information. When you read paragraph 6 once again, you will come to know that it is telling us to use both mediums of information. Dear students, this is the next exercise. In this exercise, we are set to read the text again and put information from the text into the graphic organizer, showing compare and contrast. Dear students, we have to write here what is being compared and contrasted. We know very well television and newspaper are compared. We shall write here television and newspaper. Then we shall write here what are similarities between these two, and here we shall write the differences between these two. Let us write. You can see here I have written television and newspapers. These both are compared. What are the similarities between these two? Both provide us news. They both are news media. They are time consuming, they are entertaining, they are useful. Their usefulness is common. These are 4 similarities between television and newspaper. Here are differences between television and newspaper. Speed is different. Television provides us news very quickly, sometimes live also, but news cannot. Speed of both is different. Electronic and print, one is electronic media, other is print media. Reading is required, while TV is visual and auditory. In case of newspaper, we have to read. But in case of television, we don't have to read. This is the difference. Newspapers are read, TV is watched. This is the difference between these two. Convenience type are different. TV is more convenient. Newspaper is not as convenient as television. Dear students, these are the differences between these two. Let us move forward. Yes, these are question answers. We have to answer the questions. First question is, how is a newspaper more convenient medium of news? Our answer will be, newspaper is a more convenient medium of news because we can read any part of it at any time, anywhere, even when we are traveling or resting. Next question is, how does a viewer get restricted while watching TV news? Television viewer is required to be at a certain place in front of the TV and at a certain time in order to watch and listen to the news. If a viewer has to leave his place, he gets restricted and cannot go anywhere while watching TV news. Yes, students, have you got the answer of the question? The viewer gets restricted. He cannot go anywhere if he wants to watch the television. Question number 3 is, in what way viewing news on television is easier than reading a newspaper? Viewing news on television is easier than reading a newspaper because it requires no effort, as everything is visual and auditory. Much mastery of language is not required also. Question number 4 is, how do newspapers give us more in-depth coverage? Yes, newspapers give detailed news, editorials, and column writers give us expert views and analysis. They print different views of common people. Different newspaper can be compared to check the validity of the viewpoint. Next question is, why do some people read more than one newspaper? Yes, you can see some people, you will find some people reading more than one newspaper. They read more than one newspaper to get different viewpoints of the story and to check for its validity. Sometimes we read the newspaper in one newspaper. When we don't find it in any other newspaper, we come to know that that was a false news. Next question is, how can readers give feedback to the newspaper articles? Readers can give feedback to the newspaper articles by writing to the forum pages. On each newspaper there are forum pages. They give you address also to collect your comments. You can give your opinion, send your opinion to the editor of the newspaper if you want. As there was a question in our exercise also when we said, yes, I have given my comments to an article which was not giving full detail. Yes, students, let us move forward. This is question number 7. In this question, we are said to find which medium do you prefer for news? Here, it is important to keep in mind that we have discussed two mediums, electronic media, print media. We shall write here what we prefer, and here is written why also. It is not to tell which medium you prefer, you have to tell the reason also why you prefer that medium. For example, your answer can be like this, it can be different also, it can be like this also. I prefer viewing news on TV. Now we shall tell why. Because it is easier than reading a newspaper. It requires no effort and everything is visual and auditory. We can see, we can hear. It is more convenient. That is why I like it more than reading newspaper. It is fast, this is other reason. Usually entertaining, this is the other reason. And enjoyable also, this is the other reason. We have mentioned here several reasons to tell why we like TV than the newspaper. Yes, students, this was question number 7. This was the last question of this exercise. I think it is enough for today. We shall do remaining exercises in our next lesson. Then there will be homework. You know very well what you study in your lesson. If you don't do it again by yourself, you forget it. That is why you are given homework. Your homework will be read the passage given in chapter 6. You will read it once again. Try to remember main points. You can underline the main points. After reading the paragraph, you will do all exercises of chapter 6. All exercises of chapter 6 in your notebook which are done in today's lesson. All does not mean up to the end. You will do only all those which are done today, which we did in this lesson just now. You will do all of them, not the remaining ones. The remaining ones will be done in our next lesson. Then you will do in the homework of that lesson. Today you will do which we have done today. That is okay, dear students. That is all from our today's lesson. See you later in our next lesson. Goodbye.